Hi there. Thank you for requesting the guide Modernize Your Marketing in 6 Smart Moves. This will be sent to your email, and you can also download it on this page by clicking the link on the top of this page. In this video, we will dive deeper in what it means to modernize your marketing and to explain what the benefits are for you and where you stand, what you can do. So first of all, marketing should make an impact, right? Not noise. We see more and more noise, especially with all the new technologies from AI. Also, if you don't use this correctly. So, what is the reason actually that a lot of B2B marketing fails, and how can we fix that? Well, one of the reasons is that there is a lot of guesswork. We just don't know exactly what we are doing. That mean campaigns do not have really a clear return on investment, just for simple reasons it's difficult to measure. And the other thing is, later in this presentation, I come back to that as well, is follow-ups. So follow-up is a big thing. You see many times it's a weak point in B2B marketing. And also leads. We see a lot about leads, of course. Most companies, they need leads, but you need good leads and not cold leads with low conversion, right? So there are a couple of roadblocks that we see in marketing that we like to fix. So as an example, people just don't know what your company can do, or the target audience that you are aiming for is not able to understand completely what you do, or they just don't know you. Well, like we said before, not having enough and unqualified leads. And the main thing is, and that is traditional, I think, in many B2B companies, there is a separation between marketing and sales departments. And that works not really well in the in sales and marketing. We will come to that as well a little bit later in this presentation. And finally, that's also important, is to keep customers long as possible. And to do that and to have marketing running on this. Many companies don't do that. Because of that, you can see low customer lifetime values. And the higher the lifetime value, of course, the more profitable your company is. But also inconsistency in all kind of revenue streams. And of course, a lot of missed opportunities for getting conversions, getting new clients. And because of all of this, it can be difficult and a challenge to beat the competition, especially when competitors are taking steps towards this and who are modernizing their business and their marketing. One thing that it's still, let's say, you can see a lot in marketing, I think, in general, but also in B2B, of course, is that there's a lot of activity going on. So you do a lot of things, and you have the idea from, I do all these things. I create all kind of content, videos, podcasts, events, whatever, But at the same time, I still do not see full potential and the full, let's say, benefits, results of that. Okay, so time to modernize your marketing. And we can look at this in 6 smart moves that you can do, and you can do this right away, and it's not so difficult to do either. The first one is understanding there's a shift happening, and the shift is from moving from tactics to intelligent integrated systems that align marketing and sales. We call this marketing modernization. So it's not a tool, it's a way of thinking in the first place. And tools are also part of the whole game, but initially it's a strategy, it's a way of thinking. And it means, if you look at some key topics here in this area, that you move from a quantity to quality, and quality over quantity. But also from random tactics, like I said, you do a lot of activities, but are these the right activities? So do you spend your time on the right things? It should be intentional. And also campaigns that more focus on the life cycle thinking and not on a one specific element, but more on the complete life cycle. And this image I used more often is that what you can see is here, what it illustrates is that in many ways the focus is in all these activities, from like branding activities or lead generation, sales enablement, and even retention activities. However, it's important that you manage the flow that a prospect and a client has throughout these different stages, from branding to lead generation to sales and retention. So do you manage the whole flow, the life cycle? And that means that we change from an activity focus to a performance focus. That's an important shift to make. And modern marketing, what will it look like? So the old way is like we do all kind of generic sequences, but the modern way of doing so is to have personalized AI generated messaging. And it becomes more and more easy to generate all these kind of things if you do it the right way. Also, manual follow-ups. That's a hard task. Follow-up is a big thing. It's important. You can really automate this in a smart way. So with all kind of touch points. So the new way is like a smart automated follow-up system. Then also we have static content. What we need actually is that the content is in real time and very quickly adapt and respond to the buyer behavior. And how we do that, we will come to that in a moment. Well, siloed tools, that mean there are all kind of systems for different parts of your marketing. However, how that all work together so that you have a very good understanding, but also can use feedback loops. What we still see is a mass outreach approach in many different ways. You know, companies are already happy when sending out an email and send it out to the whole database, and then we will see what happens. However, the modernized way is to use a intent-driven, behavioral-based activity. So based on the who person is and what the person do, to send specific messaging there. And that is the new way of doing this. So we like to move from guessing to real-time intent signals, and so that we have signals that what to do and when to do these things. That's part of the modern approach in marketing. And last but not least, also the teams, siloed teams. Like I said, many times marketing and sales are separated teams, but they should work closely together. And not only this, also like if you have content team, automation, IT for marketing, and so on and so forth. So it should be all focused around the outcome that you are looking for. So the results that you can expect that when you change all that, so you make the shift to a more modern marketing mindset, then you have less noise, more signals, and focus on meaningful interactions. So you also move away from ad hoc activities to a structured strategic flow. That's a big one. You see a lot of ad hoc activities all the time. You will have a greater visibility and control across your whole marketing funnel, and a better alignment between marketing and sales teams. So these things you can expect by moving that shift. So the second move is a clarification on your strategy. You can have all kind of tools, but a tool is only effective if you have a good strategy. It's let's say a follow-up on a thing that you have designed. So what you should take into account is that if you don't do the right thing and you don't know to what people you're talking to and what they care about, then all the things that you do will not really make a big difference, right? So marketing modernization, it's really about understanding your audience very deeply and building a system around their needs, not just the outputs. So again, not the activity focused, but how actually your audience is thinking and what they need and what they want. So you need to be very sharp in an ideal audience that you are targeting, and also map the buyer journey. Craft value-driven messaging. Then if you know to who you sell, then you can also figure out what you can tell them. And again, align sales and marketing. It doesn't stop at marketing and when sales also come in. So work together on this one. also. More results, that mean more impact. So here is an visualization of the life cycle thinking. It starts with an ideal audience, and you can understand. So when you target people, companies that are not so ideal for your solution for your company, then it will be pretty hard to move them through these different different stages, from attention to lead conversion to retention, and then the lifetime value can be short. However, when you have very good target audience and you have this really sharp, it's a very good match, then it flows much better and the lifetime value will be much better. People stay much longer. So it's all about optimizing first where you start with and then optimizing the different steps along the way to make this work. And by doing so, if you connect everything, so everything is connected, and when you do that and you work with this kind of life cycle approach based on an ideal audience, you will see more qualified leads, and there you go. Then you move away from the cold leads, it will be more qualified leads because you do sharper targeting. And also the messaging resonates much better and converts because of that, because you understand your audience, you know in what stage they sit, and you can offer them the message that fits to that person and that stage. Sounds like a logic thing. And you reduce time and budget, of course, to all kind of things that are low impact because you know what you're doing. And obviously you will have a better conversion from your marketing to sales qualified leads. And this is actually what we are looking for, right? So the third move is connecting all your tools to make that happen. Because when things are disconnected, then you have a lot of friction. And that means all your marketing and your different systems should be working together. And also the analytics should show you the different elements from these different systems. And so the whole thing here is to centralize customer data, to have a single centralized view on your customer data. And also to sync the marketing and sales tools. So we talked about marketing and sales teams. And then to support that, we need to sync the tools that support these departments. And of course, again, focus on the behavior of people and not the activity, but focus on the behavior from your audience and the things that they do to respond on that. The results you can expect from doing so by connecting your systems is what you will see is less manual work because you can better automate workflows. And you have a real-time visibility into the customer behavior in the different stages of the journey. The unified data across the whole area from the life cycle, from marketing to sales, gives you good insight, where the drop-off points are. And it tells you exactly what to do and when to take action on what matter. So the other thing is also a lead handover from marketing to sales happens much better and faster. The faster you can deliver qualified leads to sales, the more likely also that you can be successful in that. Then move number 4 is building personalization at scale. Well, we all know that, of course, personalization is fantastic. However, how you do that? Well, with marketing, what is modernized, you can organize that. So that means it gives you the possibility by using the right technologies to personalize things on a level that is not costing you more resources and a lot of headaches, but it's like an automated process that is really delivering tailored experiences at scale. For this, we use dynamic segmentation, and we also leverage AI-generated content to do this right, of course. So, and altogether, we have a tailored messaging what is, driving the behavior and also responding to the behavior of the different personas that we are targeting. And of course, the results that you can expect from this is a higher engagement from the personalized content. So it's clear that personalized content gives much better interaction than generic content. And because of that, we also have lower bounce rates and unsubscribe rates to emails and things like that. And people are more likely to come back to you and to have more deeper interactions with you. So you can do that by, like I said, without scaling any headcount and do all kind of investments. Then move number 5, build automated follow-up and scoring. Yeah, I told before that the follow-up is important, and actually the money is many times in the follow-up. But most companies, they just don't do this so well because it's also hard to do in many ways. So, and then you really leave money on the table. Modern systems can handle follow-ups based on real signals, so not guesswork. And that works also with lead scoring. So there is a scoring system that tells you when contacts are ready to follow up and what kind of follow-up you should then organize. So it's really, if you look at the key topics, it's an automation based on intent. And the scoring system should, of course, work automatically, dynamically. You see too many of these scoring systems, if they are already there, if you have it on your system, it's extremely complicated and it's like a static system that doesn't really work very good. So that should be an easy to use and dynamically scoring system. And also thresholds for sales are important to give them the right signals, even though it's maybe not yet ready for a sales ready lead. However, many times I find out that sales, they like it to be updated and have ideas about what's going to happen in future stages, so that they receive signals what's going on with target companies. The results you can expect from this to the automated follow-up is, of course, faster follow-up and more follow-up. Yeah? Sales knows exactly to talk to somebody and when to do so. Also, it really reduces the manual reminders and spreadsheets and calendars that you have to use. That's all not needed because you have a steady system that helps you, like an assistant, to give you the right signals when you have to do something in your sales processes. And you focus on high intent leads only, and this way you can move the needle. So what does it mean, a sales ready lead? And you can set this up yourself and have the qualification criteria for it, and that means you will always work with leads that are meeting these criteria. Then the last move number 6, is to learn, optimize, and improve. Yeah, well, it's important that nothing is static, and also modern marketing isn't static. So that means you always have to get feedback, learn from the data, and test new things, and also learn new things. You can only do so when the system allows you to easily do new experiments and work in an agile way. So important is, first of all, to analyze your company performance, and based on the company performance you can see, hey, this works very well, this didn't work so well, let's move in a certain direction based on the data that we see. So you know clearly drop-off points, where to focus on and where not to focus on, and where to optimize and where to improve and where not to. What is working well, you leave. You only focus on the things that are not working well, but you need a clear picture that you can see what is what and where is where. And in this way, you can run ongoing experiments and to become better over time. So the results by doing these experiments is that you have a continuous improvement by real feedback, and that's very valuable. So you don't have to hit and hope, but you test and you know. So I like numbers, I like the analytics, because it basically tells you exactly what you have to do next. And that means also that your campaigns are becoming better and better. And remember in the beginning that we said, well, there is not clear view what is the return on campaigns. By doing these steps and by working this way that we just discussed, you will see exactly what works and what didn't work. So you have a very good, clear understanding about your return on a specific campaign. And of course, the confidence in your marketing decision is backed up by data. So you don't have to guess, but you will know by the numbers. Well, why this all matters to your business is companies that modernize, they really convert more leads into meetings, into clients, into new deals, etc. And also an important one, things are faster all the time and you lose less time on low quality outreach. So you're not spending major time on minor things, but you spend major time on major things. And that is important shift to make, not be busy with the incorrect things, I would say. So, and that means you can better scale your business without additional headcount of more tools. That's also important to understand. So that is why you can really benefit as your business. However, this approach of new thinking is not for everyone, right? This is specifically for leaders that believe that marketing should make an impact on people, of course, on the businesses and growth, and stop with people that like to stop with playing by the old rules. And you must like the innovation to make this step and to do new things, to work with new technologies like new AI technologies and different ways of working, and to learn to do so. So this is really for people and companies that is running B2B tech companies, mid-sized, and that works very well for this group. And that you really want your marketing and sales working as one team together, like to create also the liaison between the marketing and sales teams. And also, of course, that you believe automation can feel human. And there are still a lot of people and they feel like automation, oh, that doesn't work for us because it's also mechanical and so. And you can do a lot of things that it really becomes more human. However, it's still a lot of automation in there. And in this way, you can grow smarter and not just be louder. So it's all about, are you ready to make a next step into a modern marketing world by modernization of your marketing? Well, what we can offer you is a free walkthrough in detail what that means for you. So what we have here is that we invite you for a one-on-one walkthrough call with us. And in this call, we will look at your specific situation, ask you some questions, do a short business review, and then we actually give you a tailored marketing modernization plan that gives you insight what you can win, how much you can win, and what kind of benefits it will bring you, right? So this is not a sales pitch, it's just a plan that we like to give you. It gives you clarity on what marketing modernization can mean for you, and this way help you to have a better, more consistent growth. So if you are ready to modernize your marketing, then you can click on the button on this page, book this call, and then we are happy to do the review with you and to help you to get started with marketing modernization. So I'm looking forward to see you. It's a free service that we offer, and I'm happy to look into your business and to see how we can help you modernizing your marketing.